former Senator Trillanes. Can you give us a background of how you would be the right person to explain po yung Las Cañas affidavit? Because as we understand, of course, unfortunately, as much as we'd want to have Las Cañas present the affidavit himself, he's not around. What is your experience or relation po to Las
Grabe na naman itong si Trillanes, mga kababayan, no? Gumawa na naman ng kwento at pag-iingay, no? Grabe. Itong tao na to, mga kababayan, hindi na ito nadala, no? Mula pa noon, kahit sinong nakaupo, tinitira nitong si Trillanes, mga kababayan. Dati tinitira niya si President Bongbong Marcos dahil nga dati tinitira niya si President Bongbong Marcos. Ngayon, mga kababayan, ay siya na ang taga-banat, taga-bakbak ng mga Duterte para sa mga Marcos, mga kababayan. Dahil nga ayon kay President Bongbong Marcos ay funded itong si Trillanes. Funded itong si Trillanes, mga kababayan, ng Marcos administration.
Cañas that you would be presenting his testimony here tonight?
When he was still in the country, kami po yung nag-provide sa kanya ng security and safe houses, no? Then ang ginawa nila Duterte and ng DOJ, they filed they fabricated cases against him
Fabricated cases ko, no, mga kababayan.
para ma-issuean siya ng warrant at makulong siya, ma-silence siya. So by then, he was able to slip out of the country even before the warrant was issued, and we facilitated that, no? Kasi hindi pa naman siya fugitive, so we're still not breaking any laws. So we were able to do that at they made sure na no? They followed through, kinancel po yung kanyang passport at pinasahan siya ng red notice sa Interpol. But by then, nakapag-seek siya ng asylum somewhere. So, yan po ang background nun. Then, since kami po yung unang nag-file ng communication at sa ICC, meron po kaming coordination with them. We pass information with them, and hindi po yan unpatriotic, no? In fact, on the contrary, that is a patriotic thing to do nung mga panahon na walang masilungan o masakluluhan ang mga kababayan natin. We did the right thing. Member pa tayo ng ICC at that time, no? Hindi po tayo we're not dealing with some shady organization. So, nagkakaroon po ng ugnayan through intermediaries. Tapos eventually nga, we were able to get hold of that 186-page affidavit. Then meron siyang video na patutuo while he's signing, and yung conclusion binasa po niya. So yun po ang naging namin standpoint. Sabi ko nga po, pwede naman pong i-question yung authenticity niyan, pero the ICC, ando doon na po sila sa Witness Protection Program, at hindi lang po yan, natapos na po yung kanyang yung testimony niya. So even before the trial began, or even before the trial begins, tapos na ho siya because alam nila kung gaano ka-critical yung kanyang testimony. So to rule out any scenario na habulin siya ng mga assassins para ma-preempt yung trial, nakuha na po. So, duly represented yung camp ni Duterte ng isang ICC-appointed defense lawyer. So, the rights of both parties were protected.
Thank you. So, Senator Trillanes, your relation po with Las Cañas is you've helped facilitate the cooperation po with the ICC, tama po?
So ito si Trillanes, mga kababayan, no? Siya di umano yung nagtulong na i-facilitate etong si Las Cañas, mga kababayan. Pero ang kanyang paninira at kwento, mga kababayan, ay nag-order daw itong si dating President Duterte na itumba itong si Trillanes. Tapos ang magtutumba itong si Las Cañas. So nakakatawa talaga itong kadramahan itong trililing na ito, mga kababayan. Kung natatandaan nyo nung 2016 election, mga kababayan, ay sinusuyo nitong si Trillanes si dating President Duterte, at pinupuri pa, mga kababayan, no, na magtandem umano sila sa darating na eleksyon, no. So gustong makisakay katulad ng ginawa ni President Bongbong Marcos kay BP Sara, no, na nakisakay, mga kababayan. At yun nga, si Trillanes ay hindi nagtagumpay, mga kababayan, at tinanggihan ni ni dating President Duterte. At yung natanggihan, mga kababayan, ay kung ano-ano na ang paninira at kung ano-ano ng mga paninira ang ginagawa nitong si Trillanes, mga kababayan, dito kay dating President Duterte. At yun nga, mga kababayan, kung ano-anong kwento, no, na pinatumba at marami daw umanong pinatay itong si Duterte, mga kababayan, no? Kung totoo itong mga kiyaw-kiyaw at tahol na tahol at mga tahol ni Trillanes, mga kababayan, bakit siya gustong makipagtandem dito kay dating President Duterte noong 2016 election, mga kababayan?
So, although the affidavit might not be, he's not here to testify it on his behalf, you would necessarily have knowledge po of the facts that at least that he relayed to you prior to his having left the country. Tama po ba?
Opo, exhaustively we interviewed him, no, and one particular trait of Mr. Las Cañas, as I mentioned earlier, meron siyang photographic memory. He can rattle off names, places, talagang at
Photographic of memory.
we
Grabe
did a
ka.
lot of vetting, validation ng mga sinasabi niya, at nag-check out. Kaya eventually doon, and he has no reason to lie, no. In the first
Walang reason daw para maglay.
place, he was being rewarded generously by Duterte, kasi second in command yan dun sa buong DDS structure sa Davao. So he was rewarded generously, at pati nung nagkaroon siya ng kidney transplant, binigyan siya ng pinacilitate yon. Pero talagang nagkaroon siya ng some form of epiphany. It's so powerful na hindi niya talagang in his words, parang he had to turn to the light, no. And kahit na ni-risk niya yung buhay niya, buhay ng pamilya niya, but gusto niya ng some form of redemption. So yun po ang nakuha namin.
So, Senator Trillanes, at the time that Las Cañas had this epiphany of sorts, or when he cooperated with the ICC, would you say that these admissions were adverse to his interest? At that time, was there a falling out already with the former president, or?
Opo. Even before siya lumabas, nagkaroon siya ng yung unang parang conscience attacks, mga 2014, 2015. So, ang initial na sinasabi niya, hindi lang siya tumatanggap na ng mga liquidation missions. Tapos, eventually, nung naging presidente si Duterte, gusto niya na mag-mainstream, no? Kaso, binigyan siya ng mission which was to have me killed, no? Hindi niya na kinaya yon, hindi niya na tinanggap. Pumunta muna siya sa mga religious personalities. Then itong mga religious personalities eventually ang nag-arrange sa amin na ma-interview siya. But he appeared initially sa Senate kasi talagang binantayan siya ng husto. So nagsinungaling siya, the first appearance. Then after the New Year of 2016, na siya. Completely nag-turn na siya. He wanted to tell all. Even dito siya nagsabi sa Pilipinas, at the risk of his own life, At kaso nung nakita namin that we cannot protect him anymore, tinulungan namin yung paglabas niya out of the country.
Thank you. Senator, so with that po, no, as much as we'd like to give credence to the testimony of Mr. Las Cañas, we'd still have to vet and,
Yes.
perhaps we just only prove it through circumstance na lang po, no?
Yes.
He mentioned, and as you presented, a few names that were allegedly yung mga competition daw po ni Mr. Yang, Michael Yang. And I think some of the names mentioned were Alan Yap, Danny Ong, and Philip Lam.
Yes. And Joel Ko.
And Joel Ko. Senator Trillanes, all of these cases of kidnapping po, no? Yung kidnapping incidents, these are all drug-related po ba?
Yes. Ang ginagawa kasi sa kanila, parang yung dito sa testimony ni Colonel Garma, merong parallel structure. There is the regular police organization, then meron silang special operations group. Yan yon ang ito yung heinous crime investigation unit. So kaya ganon. So when they do the liquidations, wala na mag-iimbestiga kasi sila po 'yon, no? So binibigyan sila ng information, itong tao na ito ay drug pusher or drug dealer. So yun na yun. They will execute sila. So yun ang information sa kanya. Pero ang sinabi
Itong kasinungalingan talaga nila mga kababayan, no? Matatandaan nyo nga mga kababayan, itong may isa pang nag-claim na DDS umano siya, at nung na-interview, marami na daw silang pinatay, ganito, ganyan. At nung natanong na nakapatay na ba rin siya ng tao, ang sabi niya, wala pa. Ito yung kasinungalingan nila mga kababayan, no?
niya, dito sa apat na ito, pinagkakitaan pa nila. Binigyan sila ng authority na kidnapin muna, abduct, tapos kontakin yung pamilya para magkuha ng ransom para doon tumaas yung kanilang operational funds. Yes.
Senator, would you know if these 4 cases were investigated? These were all in one locality po ba sa Davao?
All in Davao City, Mr. Chairman. And sabi nga niya, lahat po ito nasa record. They can check out the Davao City Police Office to record. Tsaka may mga kamag-anak po ito. Sabi niya, nagbigay itong mga ito. Kaya he's very confident about all of these cases that he revealed dun sa kanyang affidavit.
Mr. Chairman, do we have a representative of the PNP? I don't think meron po, no? So, Mr. Chair, may we ask PIDEA po siguro through ASEC Gumban. Mr. Chair, are we familiar with these cases po? Yung kay Alan Yap, Danny Ong, and Philip Lam? And I think Joel Ko?
Joel Ko.
Joel Ko?
Yes.
We'll check with the records, Mr. Chair. We'll check with our records.
We'll just request po siguro from the PDA if they can submit to the committee po records on this alleged kidnappings, allegedly drug-related kidnappings. Likewise, Mr. Chair, we'd also like to request a report siguro from the PNP. I understand we've had some representatives earlier, pero baka wala na po sila, and probably they would not be the right persons po, no, through the committee secretariat. Or are they present now?
No, Mr. Chairman. Idagdag ko lang, Mr. Chairman, na minention din niya one specific case na inutos ni Duterte, nag-pass through kay Bongo, is itong kay Christopher Yu, who was killed dito daw sa City of Dreams noong 2016, just a few weeks or months into their presidency. So, verifiable siya.
Sigo. Mr. Chair, in that case, through the committee secretariat, may we also request siguro from the PIDEA. So I think list na lang po ito, no, to the PIDEA and the PNP for the reports on Mr. Alan Yap, Danny Ong, Philip Lam, Joel Ko, and Mr. Christopher Yu. Tama po ba? And that reminds me po, Senator Trillanes, si Christopher Yu, this was one of the persons mentioned that allegedly was identified through LTO resources. Tama po ba?
Yes, yes, Mr. Chairman.
Did Mr. Las Cañas give any further explanation po on sino po itong nag-provide ng names and addresses by tapping the LTO? naging regional director po, I believe, no?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Ang nakuha ko lang yung surname, but the video is with the committee secretary, so pwede po nilang makuha yung exact name. Opo.
Yun yung si Mr. De Guzman po, tama, no?
Mr. De Guzman,
Okay.
who was a parang low-level employee nasa Davao pero nakakuha na nila ng data. Tapos nung presidente na-reward na ginawang ano.
Sige po. In that case, Mr. Chair, may we ask through the committee secretariat siguro confirmation from the LTO for a certain Mr. De Guzman who was in the area of Davao during that time. And perhaps if the committee is so like-minded, we could invite him at another time.
So yun mga kababayan, grabe itong mga kadramahan ni Trillanes mga kababayan. No? Yun nga, sinasabi niya na pinapatay di umano siya ni dating President Duterte mga kababayan. No? O kung totoo man yan mga kababayan, bakit kumakyaw-kyaw pa itong si Trilling mga kababayan? No? So yun mga kababayan, maraming salamat sa pagsuporta. Mag-ingat kayo lagi at hanggang sa susunod na video natin i-upload. At yun mga kababayan pala, huwag niyong kalimutan na mag-comment kung ano ang reaksyon niyo dito sa mga kasinungalingan ni Trillanes mga kababayan.